Alan Ritchson gets real about packing on 30 pounds for Reacher, and what it really meant. Alan Ritchson would like to clarify just how much muscle he put on to star in Reacher. Reacher is possibly the best reason to have a Prime Video subscription, and its star is literally a big reason why. Alan Ritchson is a big guy. Even without the camera tricks Reacher uses to make the actor look even bigger than he actually is, Ritchson has a massive physique, but the actor would like to clarify one thing, as recent reports regarding just how big he is are maybe not entirely accurate. Speaking with GQ, Alan Ritchson wanted to clarify reports that he had gained 30 pounds of muscle to play Lee Child's massive hero. While Ritchson confirms that he did gain 30 pounds for the role and believes that most of it was probably muscle, he can't say for sure and doesn't seem to believe that all of it was muscle. Ritchson said while a lot of actors have to hit the gym pretty hard in order to make a certain look on screen work, it's certainly not all fun and games. Zac Efron has talked about working out and the brutal toll it has taken on his body in the past. It sounds like Ritchson has a similar story. He pushed himself pretty hard, likely harder than he needed to, and the result was that while he looked amazing, he didn't necessarily feel that way. Alan Ritchson says he didn't use testosterone during his workout for season 1 of Reacher, but it seems that was perhaps the wrong decision. The actor says that he required surgery before the new season of Reacher and that his testosterone levels were too low as a result of his workouts. Now, he doesn't need to work out quite as hard to maintain his massive size. He continued, "We're glad Alan Ritchson is keeping himself healthy because Reacher is one of the best Prime Video shows, and now we don't have to wait too long for Season 3. Season 2 just ended, but Season 3 of Reacher is already in production, which is great for those of us that are huge fans of the huge man." Alan Ritchson, known for his towering physique and commanding presence, has become synonymous with the character of Jack Reacher, the lead protagonist in the hit Amazon Prime series Reacher. When it was first announced that Ritchson would take on the iconic role, originally brought to life by Tom Cruise in 2 films, fans were quick to comment on one key difference: size. Jack Reacher, in Lee Child's popular book series, is a hulking figure standing at 6'5" and weighing over 250 pounds, a human wrecking ball with a military background. Cruise, known more for his action chops than his size, didn't quite match the physical description. Enter Alan Ritchson, who not only fits the bill, but went above and beyond, packing on 30 pounds of muscle to fully embody Reacher. But what did that physical transformation really mean for Ritchson, and how did it affect his portrayal of the character? The physical challenge. More than just gaining weight at first glance, gaining 30 pounds of muscle might sound like a dream come true for any actor, especially one playing an action hero. But Ritchson has been candid about how this transformation was anything but easy. Packing on mass for Reacher required an intense regimen, not just in the gym, but also in terms of nutrition and lifestyle changes. In an interview, Ritchson revealed that one of the biggest challenges was simply the amount of food he needed to consume. "I was eating around 4,500 calories a day, which sounds fun until you actually do it," he said. The actor described the constant struggle to keep up with his body's energy demands while lifting heavy weights 6 days a week. "You start to feel like a machine, just eating to fuel, not eating for enjoyment," he explained. "It was like a second job." Ritchson is no stranger to physical roles. He had already gained recognition for his work as Hawk in Titans and as the memorable Aquaman in Smallville. But Reacher was a different beast entirely. In order to play someone like Jack Reacher, who is described in the books as a force of nature, Ritchson knew that his physicality needed to convey that same unstoppable energy. "The idea wasn't just to get bigger for the sake of it," Ritchson explained. "I needed to feel powerful, like I could be the guy who walks into a room and everyone knows I mean business." This physicality, he said, was a core part of how he interpreted Reacher's character. While Reacher is a man of few words, his size and strength often do the talking for him. The mental and emotional transformation, however, the transformation wasn't just physical. Ritchson has spoken openly about how the process of becoming Reacher had a significant mental and emotional impact as well. "When you're pushing your body to that level, it takes a toll on your mind," he said. "The grueling workout routines, strict diets, and the pressure to maintain a certain image became all-consuming." For Ritchson, playing Reacher wasn't just about looking the part, it was about understanding what that level of physical power does to a person psychologically. Reacher isn't just a big guy. He's someone who knows his size gives him an advantage in most situations, but he's also isolated because of it, Ritchson explained. He's a lone wolf, someone who's had to rely on himself because he's always been different. In many ways, Ritchson found parallels between Reacher's isolation and his own experience of preparing for the role. When you're dedicating so much time and energy to something like this, you start to feel isolated too, he said. You're not hanging out with friends as much because you're in the gym or meal prepping. It's a solitary process, and I think that helped me connect with Reacher on a deeper level. This emotional connection to the character was crucial for Ritchson, who didn't want Reacher to be just another two-dimensional action hero. While the role demanded physicality, it also required a vulnerability and complexity that Ritchson worked hard to bring to the surface. Reacher's a complicated guy, he said. He's got this tough exterior, but underneath there's a lot of pain and a sense of justice that drives him. I wanted to make sure that came through. The role of size in shaping Reacher's identity. Jack Reacher's size is an integral part of his identity, and Ritchson understood that his physical transformation was more than just an aesthetic choice. It was about bringing authenticity to the role. Reacher's imposing presence is a key element of how he navigates the world, and Ritchson worked to ensure that his portrayal would reflect that. In the novels, Reacher's size often intimidates opponents before a fight even begins. He uses his height and muscle mass as psychological tools, understanding how his presence can unnerve and disarm people. Ritchson captured this perfectly in Reacher, delivering a performance that showcased both the character's raw strength and his strategic mind. But it wasn't just about playing up Reacher's physical prowess. Ritchson emphasized that size also contributed to the character's sense of displacement. Reacher's always been larger than life, and that makes it hard for him to fit in anywhere, he said. He spent his whole life on the move, never settling down, because he knows he doesn't really belong anywhere. This understanding of Reacher's internal struggle was a driving force behind Ritchson's portrayal. While he embraced the character's tough exterior, he also explored the vulnerability that comes with being a perpetual outsider. There's a loneliness to Reacher, Ritchson noted. He's a man who's always searching for something, whether it's justice, truth, or a place where he can finally feel at peace. The real meaning of transformation. Ultimately, Ritchson's journey to becoming Jack Reacher was about more than just muscle gain. It was a transformation on multiple levels: physical, mental, and emotional. The 30 pounds he added to his frame were just one part of a larger process of stepping into Reacher's world. Through intense training and dedication, Ritchson not only transformed his body, but also immersed himself in the mindset of a man who uses his size to survive in a dangerous world. Playing Reacher wasn't just about looking the part, Ritchson said. It was about understanding what it means to be a man who's been shaped by his size, and what that does to your sense of identity. This commitment to the role has clearly paid off, with Reacher receiving critical acclaim and fans praising Ritchson's portrayal as a more accurate reflection of the character from Lee Child's novels. The combination of physicality and nuance that Ritchson brought to the role has resonated with viewers, making his portrayal of Reacher one of the most talked about in recent years. For Ritchson, the experience was transformative in every sense of the word. This role pushed me to my limits.